Right, I'm here with Wanderers manager Marc White ahead of Tuesday night's National League fixture away at Bromley. Marc, how you doing?
Yeah, very good, mate.
So, 10 days off since I last saw you away at Horsham. How's the team looking with training and everything with obviously the postponed fixture on Saturday?
Well, obviously we had that bitter disappointment of Horsham, which obviously we worked hard to put behind us. So that week was quite robust, let's say, and the players were in a really good place. Looking forward to getting at Altrincham game off. They called it off early, so we appreciate that. Obviously lose a bit of momentum. So you kind of, on the one hand, you could argue you've got more in the legs, but on the other hand, a bit of momentum goes. Brought in a real top National League signing, do you know what I mean? And then Charlie Carter, who then broke his wrist before he even kicked the ball, which is, obviously everyone knows about our well-documented injury problems this year. We've still got many of those boys missing tonight. So now officially you don't even have to play. As long as you officially signed, it could happen to you. So, look, remarkably bad luck for the club and for Charlie, of course. But we have to be focused on the bigger picture. We are rebuilding. I think everyone can see that. We're rebuilding a team that, when it's available, when it's fit, will compete with most in this league. And in only our second season, that's really probably, over and above what you can expect. They all talk about second season syndrome, and we can already see the new teams in this division struggling, and like they all did last year. So we're trying to rebuild. We've brought in Mayo, Pybus, Belair, Charlie Carter now. I'm sure there'll be one or two more, and we have to look to the future really, with where we will be in maybe a month or so. We need to remember we've got the return of both Jimmy Mewett and Alfie Rutherford, the 26th of October and the 2nd of November, respectively. So, big things to look forward to, and then really we have to treat these games as what can we get out of them. How we've done it this year in adversity, lots. We've literally had some if the season finished today, the Hartlepool weekend was just amazing. Do you know what I mean? From staying at the haunted house to, having no sleep and, getting a win somewhere iconic. But, we know how to deliver, and we've all of us, the fans, the management team, all of us, we've all got to be patient. We're committed. Everyone can see we're committed to taking the team to where we want it to be, and that's not mid-table. That's trying to compete. So we'll see how we get on.
So about tonight's opponents, Bromley. Obviously, last year we're in the playoffs and in the top 5 again this season. Defeats home and away against Bromley last year. What have you learnt from those two games in terms of the opposition that you can bring into tonight's game?
Yeah, well, we had a great win against Leeds a few years ago in the trophy under a different manager. I think their strength, if I'm honest, is the manager. I'll be straight. You've got to tip your hat sometimes in football. Woody is a really good manager, and they wouldn't have the biggest resources here in a million years. And he lost a lot of players in the summer. He's rebuilt. He's lost one game in 14 or something stupid, maybe more. Listen, that ain't luck. I'm telling you now, mate. I know from our perspective, when we've won 10 straight games or unbeaten in 15, we've done something right. So I think credit to the way he sets his team up. They're effective. Difficult to play against, difficult venue, and basically with Woody and Bromley, their record speaks for itself. That's the bottom line. So tough place to come. We're second favourites, but obviously we have been before.
And a final question for me: tonight's lineup. You mentioned a lot of injuries. Any changes to the starting 11 from the weekend away at Horsham?
Luke Moore comes in as captain. We see Seager and Ottaway playing. Jason Pryor misses today. He'll be back on the weekend. Briggs is back in there. Yes, I think it's a similar team really. Joe Cook, obviously, who was unfortunate to be hauled off at Horsham on a booking. So we'll see them playing at the back. Joe, Dan, George. They'll have to be good tonight. Cheeks, he's there. Jason Pryor. If you asked anyone who are the two most similar players in the league, they would say Cheek and Pryor. So very effective. We'll have to manage that situation. And what you're looking for, mate, to be honest with you, when you've got no Tony Craig, it is that experience. He's not, Joe Cook's a brilliant player. So it's just, can they then bring the experience needed under pressure when it matters? I thought we saw at home, 2-0 up against Barnet. We saw the experience let us down. Yeah. We wouldn't have lost that game with a Luke Moore or Tony Craig on the pitch. So, yeah, that's I think our weakness at the moment would be that inexperience in key areas, but we are where we are, mate. We've won plenty of games like this.
Yeah. Well, good luck tonight, Mark, and I'll
Cheers,
speak to you
Tom.
after the game.
Thanks, mate.